Hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this is Sports Talk 11. And so I've been gone for a while, but I've been busy with school and everything. And it's kind of annoying. I'd love to have more time to do this, but I don't know. I don't get the most free time. But hockey playoffs are here, NHL playoffs. Gotta talk about it. Love it. Favorite time of the year. Can't wait to just watch a whole ton of hockey, especially when exams are done. So that's gonna be sick. There's some great matchups round one this year. And I'm just gonna get right into predicting because it's the funnest thing to do, saying who I think's gonna win. If you guys can, leave me a comment. Who, if you disagree with me, agree with me, tell me who you think. Send a video response. That'd be awesome. Love to start a dialogue. That'd be cool. But I'm going to throw down my East predictions today, and some good matchups in the East. First off, it's Washington. It's New York Rangers. Should be a good 1-8 matchup. We've seen this matchup before a couple years ago. It was an epic series. Washington came back and won it in Game 7 after being down 3-1. And you know what? I'm going to have to go with Washington again. They've changed up their style for the playoffs. They're becoming more, not completely, but they're playing more defensively responsible hockey, which is good for the playoffs. They know they're not going to be beating Team 6-0 in the playoffs. They've adjusted. They've gone through those growing pains of adjusting, but they've done well doing that. I think Ovechkin's more ready for this playoffs than the last time. I think their team's more ready. I think the Washington Capitals are going to win, but it's not going to be easy. Henrik Lundqvist is amazing, so I'd say Caps in 7. It could go 6, but I'd say Caps in 7. They win it at home, so that'd be my first pick. Next up, Flyers versus Buffalo. Flyers are number 2, Buffalo's number 7. But everyone is probably going to start hating on me right now. But I think Buffalo Sabres are taking this series, and there's a couple reasons why. Going into the playoffs, Buffalo's been fighting for their playoff lives for about a month now. They've been winning so many games, playing as a team, trying to get in this way. Teams that go play well going into the playoffs usually play well in the playoffs. Case in point, Philly last year. But what team's playing going bad going into the playoffs? It's Philly. They're 8-21, 8-21 in their last games. Sorry, 8 wins in their last 21 games. That's not very good going in the playoffs. They've got goaltending issues like you couldn't believe. Brian Boucher, I don't think the team's got any confidence left in this guy. And their best defenseman, Chris Pronger's injured. So, honestly, I don't see Philly winning this series, especially if Ryan Miller's good and healthy and stands on his head. If Ryan Miller is injured, then Flyers win. If Ryan Miller can play 100% hockey, he's going to take this series for Buffalo, and Flyers are not going to see another repeat going to the finals. So I'm going to just go with Capitals. I'm going to go with Buffalo. And then on to my favorite series, probably of round one. It's Buffalo, not Buffalo. It's Boston. It's Montreal, and it's an amazing rivalry. Everyone can't wait for this series. The Bell Center is going to be nuts, booing Chara after the whole Pacioretty thing. Everyone's going to be wanting for blood. Last time these two teams met, Boston just destroyed Montreal. It's the whole stories between goaltenders, Thomas versus Price. It's epic. It's a great, perfectly made for TV series. Cannot wait to watch it. And you know it's going to be a good one, but I'm going to have to go with Boston. I know all my Canadian viewers are not going to be happy, but I know I'm from Canada, but gonna have to go with the Boston Bruins. They're too deep this year. They're too committed. Oh man, they're when some of these players they have is on your third line, like Ryder, like you can't. That's pretty hard to beat. While Montreal's D line defensive line is pretty bruised up right now. And with those injuries, it's hard to sustain that many and stay competitive. Price, the only way Montreal is winning is if Price stands on his head. And I don't know. I haven't seen an amazing playoff performance from Price in a while. So he could prove me wrong, but I'm going with Boston in this series. And I think it will be Boston 6. They shut up the Bell Center in that 6th game, win it on the road. Sorry, I didn't say for the last series. I'm going to go Buffalo in 6 as well. Buffalo wins at their home in 6. So if I got Washington in 7, Buffalo in 6, Boston in 6, and then the final series is going to be Pittsburgh versus Tampa. And this is a hard one to predict because on one hand, Pittsburgh, yes, they're a really good team, but no Crosby, no Malkin. There's questions there, although their spare parts have been playing pretty well. So, and they've got a goalie who's been there, done that. So, and on the other side, you've got a team that start off really well, start off on fire. You've got Stamkos, you've got St. Louis, you've got Lecavalier, who's resurrecting his game right now. But they haven't played well going in the playoffs, and there's some questions in goal whether Rolison's like too old. Maybe he hasn't been playing that. He went, right when he got to Tampa, he was playing well, but he hasn't played well down the stretch. So honestly, pretty hard to predict this one. But I'm just gonna go with my gut and go with Pittsburgh, just because I don't like the way Tampa's been playing down the stretch. While Pittsburgh's been fighting adversity with injuries all year long, and I don't think Crosby's going to come back for this series, and I don't think he should. If you've got a concussion, if you've got concussion problems, don't risk it. Don't risk your career, especially in a year when Malkin's injured. You got another 10 years. Your team's going to be amazing. Don't risk any sort of long-term injury for this. Yes, if you're ready to come back and help your team, great, but don't rush into anything. If I was Bosma, I wouldn't start Crosby until at least the third round. That's just me though. So, um, those are my picks. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh in. I'll go 7 games because I couldn't really think of who's gonna win this series. The tough call, so I'm gonna go Pittsburgh in 7, and yeah. So those are my picks for the East. So it'll be Pittsburgh, it'll be Boston, it'll be Buffalo, and it will be Washington. So those are my teams in the East. Agree, comment, disagree, comment. Leave a comment on this video if you like it. If you don't like it, gonna try to get some more like a screen in the background for maybe next time and show some pictures or some highlights or something, make it more interesting. But I'll be back tomorrow with my Western predictions and gonna be a good sleep tonight because I know tomorrow I'll be watching some playoff hockey. So have a good one, guys.